talk more about IPL, we have Varun Narang, Chief Product Officer, Hotstar with us. So Varun, as we have been told this is a bigger IPL. On Hotstar, what is the expectation in increase in reach and concurrent viewership?
Hi, Anushree.
Hi.
We have big plans and big expectations. We expect more than 300 million users to come and enjoy Hotstar on IPL on Hotstar. And in terms of concurrency, we are gonna, last year we had over 10 million concurrent users. And to the best of our knowledge, that is the most ever on any live sporting event anywhere in the world. And this year could be materially higher than that.
And last year, if you compare the reach in percentage wise, 300 million you said, but I think it was about 200 million somewhere. So total 100% jump in reach.
So last year the exact number was 202 million. And so this year, if it is over 300 million, that would be something like a 50% jump.
50% jump.
Yeah.
The other thing we wanted to know, how you have tweaked the product, because every year you have added more feed. Obviously, there are going to be more people watching the content, right? Which means less buffering time, ensuring everybody is on there at the time. So what are the changes that have been brought into the product?
Yeah, so we have a dedicated team that works really diligently on delivering higher quality videos with lower bit rates, right? And so what that results in is people enjoying higher quality in terms of a watching experience and less rebuffering because we're leaner on the wire. And so we feel really good about that, and that's been a big driver for the growth in consumption on Hotstar. Every time we find that we have made our service more robust and leaner, we find a material uptick in consumption.
You've also introduced a huge social leg to the entire product, right?
Correct.
There's a social leaderboard and you're getting people to talk about it.
Yes.
So could you please give us an idea how the social angle of the match will work on Hotstar?
Sure. So, folks, we all really love cricket, and if you're in a stadium, the roar is palpable. But for hundreds of millions of fans that are not in the stadium, they historically haven't had much of a voice, right? And so now we're really excited for the first time ever to introduce a social feature, social feed, where you can invite your friends and you can have conversations with them while you're watching IPL, while you're watching cricket on Hotstar. So what's cool about it is, in addition to the conversations, there's also the game, the watch and play game, right? Where you can predict what's going to happen on the next ball. You can answer trivia questions. You can win all types of points and prizes. And in addition to having a global leaderboard where you can see who's winning the most number of points, we're also introducing a social leaderboard where you can see amongst your friends who is winning, right? Now, the thing is that we are all busy with our lives. We live in different cities, and it's hard to get your close friends together and enjoy a match, right? Like in a living room in front of a TV. And what our social features on Hotstar do is that they enable you to come together with your friends no matter where you are in the country and have a great experience.
So basically, if I am somewhere, I can share the feed with another person, and we have a shared screen viewing, or how the viewing experience change?
So what happens is that you are watching the match on top, and you can have conversations underneath, right? So kind of like WhatsApp conversations, but they're on Hotstar.
Okay.
Right? And it's not, you don't have to switch to go to some other app. While you're watching, you can have great conversations. You can participate in the watch and play game. You can see who's winning within your friends. And this year we've also partnered with Amazon for redemption of all types of great prizes with the watch and play game.
When we talk about redemption from Amazon Pay, would it be in the form of points, in the form of cashback offers, or just plain discount offering on the platform?
There's a whole spectrum that Amazon has in store. And so my understanding is it's going to be numerous different things.
It's interesting to see, we didn't talk about it, would like to mention the kind of integration you have done for online companies, for say an Amazon, or say when you mentioned Swiggy as such? Because is it only about advertising or click-through rate, or actually leading to business generation, right?
Yeah.
So when you started working on the product, what was the kind of idea behind it? Was there, it's like you had to give something to these tech companies or online business consumer companies? There is ultimately, it leads to some kind of purchase, or they get business out of it.
Yeah. This year, there are two main focus areas. There is brand building and performance-based advertising. And so for brands, what we're doing for the first time ever, and for the first time possibly anywhere in the world, is we're enabling targeting, right? So you can target by age, by gender, by geography, different cities, different parts of the country, and reach the audiences that you want to reach as an advertiser with traditional pre-roll or mid-roll ads, right? In addition to that, we are enabling a ton of performance-based opportunities for advertisers. So we have branded cards in our social feeds where you as an advertiser can reach the right audience at the right time in a match, right? And this year, that you just hinted earlier, we're also working closely with Swiggy. And what's cool is that now you're going to be able to order from Swiggy Pop what are the most popular items in your area, and you're going to be able to order it and get it delivered to you, without even leaving Hotstar. So all within the app, without missing any big moment of your favorite IPL match.
So we know about the integration that you've done for Swiggy and Amazon Pay.
Yes.
Which are the other companies that you have built a different format or on the same format, but you have customized it to their needs?
Yeah, so we work closely with numerous of our big advertisers, folks like Coke, to come up with custom implementations. And the idea really is to continually experiment and see what drives the most value for our advertisers, and then productize them.
Okay. The other thing we wanted to ask you about your deals with telecom operators.
Yes.
Because when I was on the website Hotstar, it said that to watch IPL you have to subscribe to the sports package, right?
Correct.
IPL, World Cup, these are very marquee events of Star.
Yes.
But you told me that may not be the case because you have good deals. So how will that entire thing play out for you guys?
Yeah. So we have certain deals with telco companies where for the majority of our users, they're going to be able to watch for unlimited and for free, right? There'll be no payment required for IPL, but for some others, it is you get to watching the first, there's a free number of minutes that you get to watching, and after that you have to subscribe to the sports pack, as you mentioned.
So there is no concept of delayed feed this year, which was introduced some years back, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct. So even the same as last year, every person, whether you get it free and unlimited with a telco partnership or not, either way, every person gets a live feed.
When you work with your telco partners, so last year I remember a case in point was your partnership with Airtel, Jio, where I go onto the platform but it directs me to Hotstar, right?
Correct.
So how are the deals placed, So if I'm a Jio user or say I'm an Airtel user, I need not pay pay for that sports package, right?
Correct.
And I get to watch the entire event,
Yeah.
this thing.
Yeah, I think it would be very similar to last year. So if you're, one of the Jio users and you come to Hotstar, it's just seamless. We detect from your SIM that you're a Jio user, and we give you unlimited free access.
We spoke about it and you said they're using smaller bits, right? But when there are so many people on that platform, the challenge is to keep the thing running, right?
Correct.
And that is always a challenge.
Correct.
So how well are you prepared for that challenge?
I think we're really well prepared. We have doubled our capacity from last year. So I would be surprised, if we were. I would love, of course, it's a high-class problem to have, that there's so much incredible interest that we cannot serve it. But having said that, I think that's not going to be the case.
One last query on performance marketing. We have talked on the online world, we've talked about native advertising, we've talked about programmatic, and now we're talking about performance or influencer marketing also. When you look at performance marketing, to what extent it helps a product get advertisers money?
Yes.
The chances increases by what %?
Broadly speaking, there's brand building, which is based on impressions. And then when we talk about performance, it's based on an action, like did we actually download an app for you, or did we do a transaction for you? Did you download, let's say, Amazon Pay as an app, or did you do a transaction on Swiggy? Did you order food? And those are performance metrics that are driven by engagement on Hotstar. So in both cases, we have very quantifiable metrics. And what we do is work really closely with our partners, with our advertisers, to help optimize these metrics and drive their businesses.
What I'm trying to understand is, in that deal, is it mentioned that if if Swiggy advertises on Hotstar during the games, it will get X number of conversion? Is that kind of a deal that you guys have, or is just you will see? There is no minimum guarantee of that you will get so many conversions.
So So I'm not totally aware intimately as to how each deal is with each of our advertisers.
No, that's just an example.
The intent really is, I think the intent is more important than the exact implementation. Right? The intent is to drive the most value, and actually what we're going to be doing is working with advertisers in real time, right, from one day to the next, to optimize our implementation to drive their business, right? And the intent is to create the most value for them, because the more value we create for them, the better it is for all of us, for this tournament and the one following and the one following.
Thank you so much, Varun. Thank you for being here and talking to us about Hotstar and IPL.
Yeah, thank you, Anushree.
Thank you.